Hello everyone. So today I'm going to cover two things. One, I'm going to show you how to record actions in Photoshop. And the actions that we're going to record today are going to be how you add micro contrast, aka the Leica look, to images taken from cameras that aren't Leicas. Now, if this I don't know that this necessarily really makes it look like an image taken from a Leica camera and lens, but um, it doesn't hurt to know. And if you like the way it comes out, then and that's a good thing. So anyway, first, do have a couple of reminders. The first reminder is we are doing a photo assignment, and the photo assignment is circles. You can use any camera. If you send me one or two pictures that you really like, I'll actually put them up on the channel when I go through that photo assignment. I'm going to say have your submissions in by 2 weeks from today, or 2 weeks from yesterday. And then in 2 weeks I'll put that video together and go through those. So anyway, and that's the first reminder. The second reminder is we still have our camera giveaway going on. Do have a bit of additional information there. So besides the two rangefinder cameras, I did run across another camera I'm going to give away. I'll show it here. It has this nice case. This is a Keystone Everflash 10. I don't really know anything about this camera. I just noticed it in the back of my cabinet in the case. Open it up, and it's definitely a retro 70s-ish looking camera. So have no idea if it works, but it's kind of, I don't know, I think it looks kind of cool. So anyway, so we'll be giving this away. Anyway, wanted to let you know that. And yeah. So, and it'll come with this nifty little case. All right, let's flip over and start working on our picture. Okay, so here's our picture. I actually have two copies of this picture. I have this one, which is going to be a working copy. I've added MC for micro contrast to the end of it, file name. And then I have the original here. These are in JPEG format. These were taken with the Fuji XH1 using a Minolta 200mm manual focus lens. So I have a review of that lens in the videos, but yeah, I actually really like that lens. So anyway, let's get into this. We have our hummingbird, kind of a nice picture here. But let's add some micro contrast. And before we add that micro contrast, first we're going to record this as an action. And I have my actions bar up here. And you'll notice that the record feature for actions is currently grayed out. Well, first you actually have to click the plus sign and give your action a name. So in this case, I'm going to call this MC Hummingbird. Oops. Would help if I could actually type correctly. Okay. So we're going to give that the MC Hummingbird name. And we're going to say record. Okay, our record button is currently depressed, so our actions will now be recorded. Okay. So the first thing we're going to want to do, and you have to, you basically should do this with a flattened image. If you're a more advanced Photoshop user, then you can proceed as you want. But I would recommend starting with a flattened image. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to duplicate the image. As a layer. So let's see. There's our layer. We're gonna duplicate layer. We'll call this, we'll leave it as background copy. That's fine. Say OK. Okay, so now we have another layer. And we need to make an adjustment here so we can see what we're doing. Well, if I can figure out how to all right. Layers, here we go. So now we have our background copy of our layer. Okay. So on the new layer, we're going to do filter sharpen. We're going to do an unsharp mask. And then in the unsharp mask dialog, we're going to set the amount of unsharp mask to 20% with a radius of 60 pixels. And then we're going to set the threshold to 0. Okay. So, go over here. We're going to do filter. Let's see, I think it's under. Oops. And I will give you a link to the article and the, if you don't want to learn how to do this yourself, I will put a link to an article that has the actions already recorded, so you can just download that, plug it into Photoshop, and you're good to go for generic purposes. Okay. So now we should have an unsharp mask dialog. We do. Okay. So we're going to set this to 20%. We're going to set the radius just confirming here. Okay, we're going to set a radius to 60 pixels. And we're going to set our threshold to 0, which it's already set to 0. Okay, we're going to say OK. Okay. Now we need to take this adjustment and basically out of the darkest and brightest tones. So it basically only gets applied to midtones. There's lots of ways you can do this, but for simplicity, what we're going to do is use the blend it function. So basically, to access the blend it, we're going to go to our layer. We're going to double click on the name of the layer. And I probably didn't get that right. All right, let's try that again. There we go. I was clicking on the name itself instead of the name box. So now we have our layer style page up. Okay. So we're gonna basically come over here. Oops. Oops. Zoom out. Make this a little easier for you guys to see. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna drag the black arrow in this layer section until the first number reads as 10. Now we're gonna split the arrow by holding down the Alt key and clicking on the arrow and dragging until it reads 10/50. Okay, I'm holding down the Alt key. Alright, let me zoom out here a bit more. Okay. So we're going to hold down the Alt key. Well, that did not split it. Okay, let us get this back to 10. Where are their routes? Oh, here it is. It already split it. Okay. So we're going to set this to 10/50. Okay, so now we're going to do the same on the highlights. But this time we want it to read 200/255. So Alt key. And let's see here. There we go. Okay, so this basically takes the new adjustments made on this layer out of the darkest and lightest portions of the image. By splitting the arrows, feathers it so it gradually basically makes the effect significantly less impacting on your dark tones and your high tones. So okay, well, we're still here. We're going to change blending mode to luminosity. We're going to do that by changing micro contrast. You can also, after the colors of the image, disregard. Oh, I apologize. I'm kind of reading this going along my notes here. So, by changing the micro contrast, this can also affect the colors of the image, because darkening or lightening areas affects color saturation. So we're going to change the blending mode to luminosity only. So that only the toning is affected. Okay. Let's see. Blending mode. Luminosity. Okay. Okay. So essentially that's kind of all there is to it. that's pretty simple. I know this took a while. I do have vision issues, so anyway, I'm going to apply this now. I'm going to say okay. So let's take a look at our picture here. So we have that. Versus that. You know, like I said, I don't know if it. Let's take a look at some of the details here, see what this looks like. And this is the one with micro contrast applied. And this is without micro contrast. So it does seem to help. But anyway, let's go back here. We're going to stop recording our actions. Okay. And now we should have our new action here. Let's see. Here we go. And here it is, MC Hummingbird, and it recorded each step that we did. So now you can load up any picture and select the micro contrast action that you've recorded. And essentially you would just pick that and click play. And that'll apply micro contrast to whatever photo you currently have loaded. The last thing you might want to do, so I would be to flatten this image. So I'll do that real quick. You may choose not to do that. That is entirely up to you. Let's see. Actually, if I save it, it'll probably flatten the image. Okay. So we'll do a save. Come back out here. Okay, and save. Okay. Okay, we're going to maximize compatibility. I'm going to say okay. And that's it. Anyway, that's how you do micro contrast and how to record and save actions. So I know this is my first time doing this. It's a little rough, zooming in and out on the screen, making sure you guys can see and that I can see. But anyway, I hope you find this valuable, and yeah, let's take it from there. and I'll see you next week. Reminder, if you haven't already entered for the camera giveaway, I have 3 cameras left to give away. The next drawing will be on March 1st. Then we'll have a drawing April 1st and May 1st. Make sure to have your entry in before midnight of the day before the drawing to qualify. Essentially, I send you the camera, I pay for the shipping, you have no out-of-pocket expense. You just have to agree and send me your name in an email. So that's it. Thanks. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you later. Bye.